Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome Amiibo. It hot. Yeah, little guy, it hot. That's a lot of letters. We're very popular today, it seems. Got one from Pudge. Thanks for having me over the other day. It was fun to poke through all your stuff. I actually found this in town. Thought you might like to see it. See you soon. Okay, he gives us a stove. Then we get from Gabby. I was so moved by what you said about my place, I got overexcited and bought way too much stuff to try to live up to your praise. I want to take this off my hands, overspending Gabby. She gives us a cello and fuchsia. Been raising this flower extra carefully and it's finally bloomed. I have to celebrate with someone, so I'm sharing it with you. Don't tell anyone or they'll want one from Happy Fuchsia. So we get a flower. Pink lilies! Hey, there's lilies, like, right here. I could just, for now, be like, bam. Lilies. Okay. Now let's actually start working on my day. I do actually have some things that I want to talk about that are World of Warships related, just as a warning. So if you're not one for my World of Warships rambles, today may not be the day for you. I hope you still enjoy just listening to me ramble. And that is because the CV rework private test server has been launched. Now, this isn't the public test server. This is a completely separate server. This is indicating that these changes are still very far from completion, and I want to say that right off the bat. All of this is subject to change, but I still have opinions on what they've done so far. So, as a brief rundown, without trying to explain all of the mechanics that they have altered, anti-aircraft is now stronger. Carriers now take double the amount of time for any of their attacks. And also their attacks are a lot easier to reduce the damage from. I'm not sure I like all of that. One, I'd be fine with. Like, if it was just carriers take longer to attack. Also, carriers can no longer spot. But that was the main reason for this change. So, like, that's kind of an obvious one. But I suppose if none of you play World of Warships, you wouldn't know that. So, like, carriers can no longer spot unless they're in their attack mode or a scouting mode, basically. Well, if it was just one of those other changes on top of that, it would be not ideal, but fine. Kind of. I mean, anything nerfing carriers is a bit much. As someone who was trying to argue the opposite point with me, basically kindly pointed out to me, there are not that many carriers that are high up in the damage output levels. You know, there's not many carriers that you could say are damage kings, kind of thing. There's, like, the super carriers, but basically every super ship is in its own class. You really have to... The meteor shower was last night. I didn't come back for that. I was thinking of it, but I didn't. Whoops. Did I edit yesterday's video yet? No, I did. Right? Hold on. Yesterday was a day for me, so I need to make sure I actually... Yes, I did. Okay. Yesterday was a day for me. I used up way too many of my spoons, and... yeah. Was not a fun day, and I'm gonna have to do it again today, which is great. Always love using up all my spoons and then being just exhausted and depressed all day. Well, here's the gem rock. The geode, if you will. Save and continue, just in case everything explodes. Because exploding is not good unless it's something you intend to have happen. And then it's fine. You have to be intending for it to happen. For it to be fine. Okay. So, basically, carriers are a lot weaker than they were before. Like, a lot weaker. Now, all of that is subject to change. Balance tweaks are going to be a thing. This is a conceptual, mechanical test. This is just to see if the players can understand what is even going on. And for the most part, a lot of players, after a game or two, pick it up. They figured it out, so Wargaming has done a good job there. The problem is some of the things the players are learning after a game or two is, everything outside of my rocket squadron is basically worthless, and these secondaries on my ship are my now main armament. They put out more damage than my planes do in the same amount, in the same amount of time. These secondaries will put out more damage. I need to be focusing into them. Like, there's something I'm going to be testing today, and that's basically putting a full concealment build on Hakuryu and playing that ship like a gunboat. Basically just playing it like a really big cruiser. Because in my time trying to play that ship as a carrier on the server, it's not working. They basically doubled the amount of lead time to an attack, so if the enemy is even remotely paying attention, you're not gonna manage to do much with your attack. Hello, Bella. You're looking so you today, schmoopies. What's up? Want to chat? You think Rooney and Kurlos are good buddies? They seem like they would be. I mean, it's not like they're BFFs or anything, but they don't hate each other. That's a good start. It is a good start. Hello, Velma. Hello there, hon. Running into you is always a nice surprise. What do you want? Let's chalk. Can I ask help? A little surprise. About Sky a gift now. I need it delivered. Do you mind helping? No problem. Thanks for helping. Here it is, hon. Oh, one more thing. Deliver it before the end of the day. Yep. Can do. Pudge. Pudge. Yawn. Oh, morning, cool guy. I can barely keep my eyes open. Plus, the sun is bright. It feels like lasers are shooting directly into my brain. Did you need something? Let's talk. Pretty forgetful, but I'll record the good times we shared in the notebook of my heart. Aw, that's so nice. Pudge is such a sweet guy. How did I miss this? I'm glad I came back around here. I was like, have I checked over here for fossils? And I know I did now that I've walked over here, but I'm glad I came back to check because I would have missed that one fossil and then not known I missed it, and yeah. But yeah, like, quite literally, this person who was trying to argue with me basically was making the argument of, well, in the top 11 average, ships for average damage, 3 of them are carriers. Which that sounds like a lot. That's, it's like a quarter of them. When you expand that out to be the top 30 ships, very quickly it turns into 6 carriers. That's a lot less. It goes from basically 25% to less than that. Goes to 20. It's almost as if carriers, once you start expanding a bit, and really, if you want to make it look really sketch, like you go, I think it's top 24, and suddenly it's still 3 carriers. Like, so you're coming to visit me this morning, Zoop. How can I help you? Delivery time. To Sky. Wow, something from Velma for me. It's the occasion. you think's inside, cool guy? If you guess right, I'll give you a prize. It's probably clothing. I mean, I think there's just simply more clothing than anything else, so... You're right, it's clothing! Okay, you won a prize. I won some clothing. It's a kanji tea. I hope you like it. So going to the trouble of bringing this to me. She gave me some kanji that I will not be able to read because I'm definitely not that far through my studying of Japanese. I need to, like, actually sit down and get back to that, but that takes so much effort, and I run out of mental energy so easily. It's not fun. But, like, carriers are not overpowered as it stands. That is something that you will not be able to get through to the people who hate carriers. They hate them, they still think carriers are overpowered, even though they literally can see from these tests that a couple of ships can basically prevent attack, which is completely unrealistic. You know... yawning. Like, a couple of ships can prevent attack. Any ship with defensive AA is functionally immune as long as it's not being surface spotted by something else. Like, any plane shot down is now basically a guarantee of reduced damage. Like, there's so much to it where it's like, I don't understand how you people are not happy with this. Like, if this was to be, if what Wargaming has proposed were to be released, you know, next Wednesday as the next update, carriers would basically die off overnight because, quite simply, they would just be too weak to bother with. Like, on the test server right now, the only reason people are still playing the carriers is because they want to try out the new mechanics. I don't think I've seen anyone who's played the carriers and went like, yeah, this is fun to play the carrier. I'm gonna keep playing the carrier. No, they immediately go, wow, this is ass. I'm gonna go back to the main server now. Or, you know, I'm gonna play surface ships now and just see how it feels from the other side and realize, hey, it's like the carrier doesn't even exist. Okay, Reese, what are the turnip prices? Probably awful. 88. Yeah, they're dropping. I really want to take right now because that's only a 2-bell loss, but I'm gonna hold out this week because I'm not gonna be losing much if I don't. So like, I'm gonna hold out. I'll come back in the afternoon to brain work with me. I'll come back in the afternoon to check the prices again. Well, that's my usual, which I've only had half of today, so that's why my brain is a bit slow. But like, there are things I would love to be trying on that test server too, but you just can't do most of the things you would want to do, which sucks, because, like, I really wanted to, like, try out Legend Mod Audacious, because Audacious's Legendary module makes it more, you know, reduces its detection range, so it's a lot more concealed. You can get Audacious down to, like, a 9-kilometer detection range with a full concealment build. That might have made its little pop guns actually kind of worth using. But it also accelerates a lot better and handles a lot better with this upgrade on. So, like, it would have been a really cool thing to test, but no legendary mods. I really wanted to test the German carrier because their dive bomber squadron is very unique. And I wanted to see how that would handle with their proposed changes. Nope, no German carriers. A lot of people wanted to try out the German secondaries for whatever reason. Hakaryus are just better. I don't know why you would want the German 105s when you could have Japanese 100s. But, you know. But, again, no German carriers. I wanted to see how Golden Lion's AA might hold up against these new changes, with it being very focused into its mid-range. It'd be kind of interesting to see how a ship with only mid and long-range AA works with the new defensive AA mechanics. Nope, no Golden Lion. You know, like, you're so heavily limited in what you're allowed to use, and it's like, I just want to try stuff. Like, I know later test servers there's going to be more to it. I am really annoyed that you have to reinstall, like, you basically have to install a whole new instance of the game for every test server, which is annoying. And I might still stream this test, I don't know. I honestly don't think there's more than, like, 30 to 40 minutes of content from it, so I might honestly just make a standalone video going over my thoughts, which will probably, like, replace Pokemon for a day, maybe, or I'll just upload it at, like, noon or something. I don't know. That'll probably be what I'll do, is I'll just do, like, a standalone video of my thoughts. I don't know. I'll decide at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna meet you guys back here later today for us to check turnip prices again, and see what all else we got going on for today. Let's get my fishing rod back out. So yeah, meet you guys back here later today. Hello everybody, and I am back. Ah, Jesus. It's hot. I almost did my intro again because my brain is barely functioning. It is hot. You can see the sweat glistening off of me. It's not helping that, like, talking is a bit awkward right now as well. Because, like, the joy of having horribly taken care of teeth is that occasionally they'll, like, shard and get really sharp. And, yeah. One of my teeth has done that. It really hurts. You know, scratching up against the side of my tongue. Not gonna be surprised if I end up seeing blood in my coffee at some point. It's happened before. Like, it's not really a big deal. I'm used to this by now. I mean, it's one of those things of I really shouldn't be used to it, but dentists are expensive in Canada. Yes, let's just come check our afternoon turnip prices. I just need to find a way to talk that I'm not moving my tongue much, which is easier said than done. I say as someone who's tongue-tied and already can't move their tongue much while talking. So, you know. Okay, what do we got? 72. 70 boo is more like it. Okay. We might still have good prices this week. It is only Wednesday, so we do still have time. Not sure how much I actually want to do. Pudge has fleas. Let me get that from you, Pudge. Give me that flea. My flea! Did you pick it off me? Feel tons better now. Thanks, Peppa Pig. You're welcome, Pudge. Little pudgy boy. Yeah, let's do some more river fishing. Why not? Oh, Jesus. It's hot, man. I hate the summer. I hate it so much. Neon Tetra! There we go. Too bad we don't need one anymore, but there we go. Let's see. Do I have a pond skater? I don't know if I actually caught a pond skater yet. Oops. It's gonna troll me, isn't it? Watch it not even be there anymore by the time I get around. Nope, there it is. It's too far away. There we go. Pond skater. They're called pond skiers. Okay, I did already have one. Trying to think of things to talk about, but it's not the easiest when every time I try to say something, my tongue hurts. I can only imagine how much this actually hurts, because I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Like, I have ended up having a cut in a pretty sensitive part of my body, 2 of them even, and didn't think anything was wrong. So, you know, I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and the fact I can feel this is, you know, this probably hurts a lot. But, I suppose I could continue to ramble more about the World of Warships changes. There's not really a huge amount more to say other than, like, I really don't understand why these changes are happening the way they're happening. Because, like, I could understand making changes just to try to make carriers more fun for both sides. Like, I could understand that. The fish just noticed the bobber. I didn't notice that it had noticed. But, like, that's not what these changes are doing. These changes are some pretty heavy nerfs to carriers, and it's like, but why, though? Carriers aren't overpowered. They're pretty balanced. And, like, it's still funny to me how this guy was literally like, yeah, but in the top 11 ships, you know, there's 3 carriers. It's like, yeah, it's the super carriers. Like, it's the super ships. Take them out of the mix, and carriers look a whole lot weaker. Take super ships out of the mix in general, and everything else, you know, looks stronger, except carriers, you know. There's not that many super ships, so obviously the ones that exist, given they're meant to be an upgrade over tier 10s, are going to perform better than tier 10s. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's literally I'm trying to think of a way to even describe this in a way that would be relevant to Animal Crossing. It would be like saying that, you know, I don't know. I can't even think of a way to example this. The best way to put it is, like, just think normal games. Just any normal, like, RPG. It'd be like saying, oh no, we totally need to rebalance the level 10 spells because they're stronger than the level 9 ones. You know, like, hey Snoopy, I'd like a catchphrase that's a bit catchier. Squeaks, should I change it? Change is good. You have Squeaks. What about... what about Glorp? I like Glorp. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's perfect. Totally love it, Glorp. No, I have no idea what I'm doing with the catchphrases lately. I'm just doing it, and you know, I feel like that works. Okay, let's see. Can we get this fish? Yes, we can. But yet, Jesus. It's just one of those things of like, I don't understand the carrier haters in Warships. I just don't. And it was nice to see, like, I was watching a community contributor I've literally never heard of before. Yesterday, when it comes to, like, the stuff. Like, my yesterday, 2 days ago for you guys. It was nice to see this community contributor acknowledging that, yeah, no, you don't want RTS carriers back. Anyone who thinks they do, they don't. Anyone who's never experienced them, you don't want them. Like, no one wants that. Except people who literally just want to play an actual overpowered class. Like, here's a key way of explaining it. The average HP of ships has just simply gone up over the past 5 years. Old RTS carriers still have a higher average damage than modern carriers do. Like the action carriers. That's why RTS carriers had to be removed. They were overpowered. Like, considerably so. They weren't fair. The law carps. $2,000 bells. Sounds good enough to me. I mean, in theory, I could get, like, 2,000 bells per fish if I put them all up to sell in the market thing. But then our villagers' homes would become nothing but fish. And I don't want that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Talking is getting very difficult. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow, where hopefully my tooth will not be still hurting my tongue. See you all then.